Yes. Hello guys. Welcome. Welcome. Hello. So please confirm I'm live on YouTube, Telegram and Binance Square. Please just confirm if everything is going good. If you can see my screen clearly with high quality and if my voice is okay also before to start. As always, this is not a financial advice. Please do your own research before we start. I know my setup accuracy can be very good sometimes, most of time even. But be careful with your long position and short because of the market volatility, and please double check and be confident, and you have to take your own decision before to jump into the market. Okay, so please confirm, is everything good? I guess yes. So the live will be recorded and put on YouTube later on. So first of all, I got some chat requests for the stream. So I got Fartcoin, yes, Pengu, Banana, Av, Floki, ICP, and I will do Bitcoin also. And I will show you Salut. I will show you ENA also and Syrup. That was most of bullish alt I saw. So let's start with the Bitcoin view. I explained this morning that there was a possible bearish breakout, but as you can see, the lagging span here closed exactly on the SSB, on the Kumo lowest point. That was very tricky because we could have seen a bearish breakout, and I think we are going to see another bearish test. To sum up, to give you the global context, the weekly view on Bitcoin remain pretty healthy, pretty bullish. Okay, so as long as we keep this bullish view of prices above all components, and especially above the 1,100K, okay, up 100,010K here, then I think that we are going to move higher, but the short term is very tricky because on the daily basis we are still neutral. The price is locked. You see this box here. We can even say this level. Up. Let me just check something. Yeah, so 114K here might be the daily low. Okay, for now. If you zoom on the weekly, it's a bit tricky because we have now a doji. Okay, so we are still very bullish, but we are consolidating, so meaning a sideways phase before to see a next move. For me, there is much more chance to see another bullish breakout. Okay, when you plan to take a TP, what you use for first TP? Yes, it depends of your market size, of your balance size, of course, and of your own risk management. So I can't answer this question like this. So you have 3 levels to focus on Bitcoin, which is the 104K corresponding to the middle of this area in case of we saw a bearish breakout below 110K. Okay, but I think this level might be tested. Usually we are still very neutral right now with a clean weekly doji, but usually as I explained in my previous live stream, and as I teach you with some Ichimoku setups, usually when you have a larger space like this on the weekly, it means that on each time frame usually, it means that the market tend to move sideways, meaning that we are accumulating before to see the next big move. So we are currently hanging above the previous 88, which is very good. So as long as we consolidate inside above 110k, we may see another big move and new high. And still it's very clean because you see the Kumo size here. As long as this Kumo size stay larger than this space, so bulls should be in control. So in case of daily candle close below 110k, 114k here, sorry, that will be pretty bad. And the next K level is this one, 107 and 104k. But currently I will de-zoom on the lower time frame to give you my setup. As we saw, as I explained few days ago, I called for a possible bearish correction, and we saw altcoin dumped a lot. Not all altcoin, because when the Bitcoin dominance is on support and Bitcoin consolidate, you can have we can see many altcoin pumping because of their own support. So currently, I see. Let me review the up. Very important to watch on also is this uptrend, because usually when you are consolidating above K support, uptrend often act as K levels. There is only 2 points of contact right now, but if it's a bull consolidation, we could see another kind of bull flag bullish pattern here, and price could explode on the third test of this uptrend. So technically this is not a valid one right now because only 2 points of contact, but we can anticipate on the near future, maybe 1 week ahead, a bullish breakout if bulls are able to consolidate on this trend. So currently, after zooming on my H1, H2 view, I see a potential, potential kind of bull flag. Everything should be agree with it because of the structure is very clean here. So we have mainly more likely the pole right there, and be careful, because it's not because we have a bull flag that altcoin, this is crazy accurate. Altcoin are not going to dump. The short term is very tricky, and I expect to see another dump on Bitcoin to grab liquidity around 113k, even 110k, but that will be very tricky for alt. So in my opinion, we have possibly, let me put in blue. So welcome if you join me right now. For newcomers, this is not a financial advice, and I'm giving you my Bitcoin outlook right now. So we can have the poll here. Let's check. And usually when you have a bull flag pattern in a bull trend, and when price consolidate above support, mainly 80%, 70% plus chance of bullish continuation. I will do for Solana after if you want. So, and we can have target if we break the wedge, the flag. We can have a potential target around 128k, 130k that I gave you in the previous stream. So Bitcoin for me is still bullish as long as we are above 104k on the macro time frames, and the K support are this one, and this one. Following the flag pattern and the short term view, I guess that we are going to grab liquidities a bit lower to complete the pattern also, because we are currently very neutral. I will de-zoom on my Ichimoku view. So for me this could be a valid setup like this one. So please do not FOMO right now. Some altcoin looks pretty bullish. They are going to explode, but most of them are following Bitcoin. So yeah, in my opinion, there is a very good demand zone, very good bull zone around this point. So 113, if I dezoom, can be, it can be maybe, I don't know exactly. It's very hard to say, because if we break below 114, we can grab liquidities lower. But if we zoom on the weekly, we have also the Tenkan high, you see, the Tenkan flat, and we are still very overextended. So very hard to say on the short term. We are neutral, but I think this is just a fake pump right now, because you see the lagging span here still moving inside the cloud. We are very neutral. On the H4 it's showing bearish sign. So I think that you should really not try to FOMO into long position, or if you do so, book your profit quickly, because I expect to see further dump on the short term. So yeah, I'm trying to find golden pocket here. So this can be a very good scenario for me. Here it might be a fake pump. We are going to dump, to grab liquidity around 113, 111, 110k. So as long as we remain and hold above the daily uptrend, the flag pattern might be valid, and something like this could happen. So market might pump for me within 10 days maximum. We are going to see a bullish breakout, but this is a very hard phase right now, because we have a weekly doji. So weekly doji, so very neutral between short or long. Very flat also, log between 10K Kijun. So we are pretty neutral. So please do not FOMO right now, except validation for bulls might be if we have a daily candle close above. Green light for the bulls might be daily candle close above 120k, but currently this is very unsafe to trade leverage in long position. So that's my setup for Bitcoin, and we will adapt this view to altcoin, because I see many altcoin on K support. Some are going to explode, and some are still neutral, more likely going to dump toward the lower support too. So with leverage, we have to be very careful during this tricky period, because the market can move very hard, very badly on both sides. Okay. Hello everyone. Again, don't hesitate to tell me if you have a problem with the stream, with the voice, and with the chat. But I think we are going to see this scenario. If you can, if you want to comment also your scenario, I want to learn from everyone, because this is not magic. Trading is not an exact science. Accuracy on my setup are about 80%, but I can have wrong. So protect your capital also, and this is not a financial advice. And I always recommend to look at my medium-term outlook to trade on the higher time frame support and resistances. This is much easier for beginners. And please also spot or low leverage, always recommended if you want to follow. So for me, this is going to be tricky right now, because if we can't push above 117k, Bitcoin is going to trap bears, and we are going to see a flat consolidation inside this up. You see also the previous H4 red candle. Look at the size of this candle, and look at the breakout we broke also below the lowest point. That almost for me confirm the breakout. So it can be for me bearish breakout, and here 50% fib confirmation, so retracement before to see the new low. So it can be the breakout that we waited for, that I explained for the bearish correction. 50% fib, retest, classic move, and now we are going to move lower. So that's why be very cautious with your long position right now inside this pattern. So okay for Bitcoin. Next I will move to Fartcoin. Okay, just 1 minute. I will warn my community about this one. Up TP1 taken on Fartcoin, but I won't take the risk to keep it open regarding the Bitcoin outlook. So currently Fartcoin can have a very beautiful bull setup, but regarding the fact that Bitcoin is at the 50% fib retest, we could see another dump on altcoin, because we are still pretty neutral here and under many resistances. Despite that, I have a very bullish view for the medium term on Fartcoin. As you can see, usually this is a very bullish because the lagging spine is now above all Ichimoku components, but you see it's similar as Jupiter. I think that if Bitcoin nuke, as I expect, if Bitcoin correct the last time, we are going to grab liquidity lower. So we may be patient. We have to be patient. Try to take entry on lower point, in my opinion, because taking leverage entry right now could be very bad. And I know the game, this is very tricky. So yeah, on most of altcoin I'm bullish, but I recommend to wait for trap, for liquidity trap to be seen. As you can see, Fartcoin for me can move to 10.1, 10.2, 2.1 and 2.0, but short term looks very scary. So usually on Ichimoku, a successful retest of the SSB here on the flat Kumo most of time confirm a bullish breakout on the new high. If you look also at the weekly, we are hanging just under the K resistance. Structure looks pretty good. We have also a kind of cup and under structures. So if this uptrend and if this K support play well, then Fartcoin might pump. So yeah, maybe more likely for me 1 week of sideways correction, and in 10 days, in beginning of August, we are going to pump on the market, and you will see the market structure will be respected pretty well. And if you understand my setup, I strongly recommend you to be patient for long position. If I see some signals, some good setup for long, I will tell you about my trading ideas. But Fartcoin, yeah, same as Jupiter, I will show you. Yeah, this is very tricky. So be patient for long position. That's what I can say for now. Solana, ARB, okay. And Bitcoin, just wanted to look at the you see, we are into a no volume zone here, meaning that liquidity will be more likely trapped. Yeah, exactly as I said on the volume profile. As you can see, if you look on the weekly, so the uptrend is still pretty solid on Bitcoin. So for the long term, I have nothing to worry about. But this zone, we are still very overextend. Just checking the. Yeah, we have very good liquidity to be grabbed around this level, because it is a flat no volume area here. Yeah, 110k could be the K bottom. 108, 110k for the next pump. So yeah, also Floki. looks also very good because it has a carry test. If you look at Floki, I was bullish all this I shared about the cup and handle a few days ago, and I think that we are still pretty bullish on Floki. We have a double bottom made today at 0.001191 almost, and if you look at the structures, we are now retesting this K previous resistance here, multi-years, multi-weeks resistance, acting now as support. So if we flip this level into support, Floki is more likely going to explode one more time toward, if you look at the wedge, following my previous macro time frame structures, we have this kind of wedge on the weekly basis. And if you understand my line and fundamentals, Floki for me is one of the most undervalued meme coin at the moment, with the best utilities, with all the fees they are generating with the bot, with their game, with many things on chains. So yeah, Floki might be very good also for the long term. It remind me XRP while it was from this kind of wedge. And XRP, if you remember my previous view, at the breakout of this kind of weekly wedge, it pumped from 0.5 to 2.5, so it made a 500%. So Floki can easily run 500% more, especially because it's also a low cap, medium cap compared to shitcoin like Pepe or others, non-utility token. So yeah, the hype may be very strong for the futures. Floki on spot might be a very, very good invest. Yeah. So just sharing my idea, and this is not a financial advice as always. But Floki looks very good for the long term. And also I have almost all confirmation for further price increase. As long as we stay above this trend plus this yellow support, then we might see a next pump to 0.018, 0.017. If I again dezoom on my even more, I think, because we have the flat SSB here. So currently, very, very good structure for Floki. Very interesting coin compared to the rest of the market. Right now. And you see also the retest exactly here on the previous of the previous bearish structure. So we are flipping now bullish, retest, and so if you are good on Elliott waves, I'm pretty sure that we can draw Elliott wave pattern and find something like the 3rd or 5th waves coming on Floki. But keep it in mind. So bears are still present on Floki, and I'm pretty bullish. So that's a good setup that I would to share, that that I like to show you. Also, I will switch on ENA USDT. Oh, insane. And I will show you why ENA is going to skyrocket. So when you have, even if Bitcoin is bearish and dominance is still hanging sideways on support, you have always some altcoin with very good bullish signal on FOMO. So when the FOMO and bull pressure is strong, you don't have to care about Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin dump. As long as you have liquidities coming into a coin, the price is going to explode if you have a bearish bullish confirmation. And this is exactly the case for ENA USDT, as you can see. So we got a perfect retest up of this beautiful 160 days, so half a year's downtrend and sideways structure, I can say, on the bottom. And we got the perfect retest of this trend with a perfect, I guess, 20% retracement. Almost 30% retracement, which is a classical things. Remember a few days ago I warned you about market correction, and it was exactly the time for this You see, we dumped 25%, and if you see my previous alert, I'm pretty sure it was around the 20 July. And then you see the bullish reaction. This is pretty strong. We almost engulf all the, almost swallow all the previous gap. So for me, NI is going to explode without doubt. And as I explained, you see here, the SSA is going to grow, to pump with the price, meaning that the price increase is very sharp in short period of time, so you have a lot of buy pressure. What about the volume? Also, let me check. I'm pretty sure the volume is also very high comparing to up. Yeah, you see the buy volume also on the weekly. It's very important also when you have breakout confirmation to check at the volume to avoid fake move. So buying volume is very strong on NR. The trend is very clean. Oh, I see also a kind of cup and handle pattern in that with a clean retest. So technically, if we report this market cycle here, we can have, yeah, exactly what I said, the next scale level. You see the accuracy. So NI is going to touch for me within few hours, within few days. Yeah, 15%, 20% of pump before to see the major next level. I have this level, and this level as next K structure. You see, you don't have major resistances here. Hop, and what about the volume? If you look at the general, yeah, you see we exit the POC point here. We almost retested it, and we grab all the liquidity here, and now we enter into a flat area here, meaning that pump can be very strong until the 0.8. So this is pretty cool to see such a breakout up, and of course the POC point. So yeah, ENA might be at a macro time frame change in the structures, meaning that the next few weeks could be full green, and FOMO buyers could be back again. And I will try to tell you, yeah. Do you want to see short-term levels on ENA? Do you think it can pump to till 1.3? 1.3, good question. It can, yeah. Of course, it can also retrace to the ATH because of the project and liquidity inflow on crypto market. ENA is a very good top tier project, backed up by Trump administration, if I'm right. But before hitting 1.3, I can't tell you exactly, but I can be pretty sure that we are going to retest the 50% fib weekly around 0.76 and 0.80. So ENA might be a very good spot investment for the medium term. And of course, do your own research. Very good spot. Yeah. So as long as this kind of, this uptrend is holding, we are going to hit 0.67 and 0.8. So very good. And technically, if you want to put a stop loss below 0.45 on the daily basis, might be very safe. And on the short term, where I settled an entry on my own at 0.54. I think it has been hit already. Yeah. Oh, it has been hit. Yeah, exactly. We are already up 7.5%. So when you have buy volume like this and price discovery mode, don't try to short at the opposite of the trend, because each dip might be buy. And I also expect bot to join the party here. when you have such a good chart to, yeah. We also confirmed, you see the bull candle on the H4? ENA might be full of news also if we look at the fundamentals because of the clean bullish on the H4. Clean bullish breakout on the H4. Look at the candle and the lagging span, which closed also far from the previous top, which was here and not here. So yeah, ENA, very clean setup. Again, the volatility is very good. Up. The volatility is very clean. It's very hard, very strong. So if you want to trade with leverage, very tricky to enter in green candles because we are not aware to see 5% of move on the short term. But honestly, if you hold on spot or tree leverage, we might see a very good gains. Risk reward is also pretty accurate with such a setup. So ENA is one of the top pick for the current for the few days for me. And Floki looks also pretty good. And most of others alts, if Bitcoin dump, are going to retrace with Bitcoin, so that's also tricky. And that's why you should select carefully your alt if you want to trade with leverage. Spot is often and always better if you begin your trading journeys. Low leverage also. And one advice, if you trade with high leverage like 10 or more, please divide your bag and apply a strong risk management, okay? Solana, okay, I will go for Solana, but I have other chart to discuss on first. In my team, they asked for have USDT ICP. Okay, I will go for it. Okay, I will go for have USDT, so I didn't review the chart. Okay. So for have USDT, let's go. We are still into the pretty bullish area I drew a few days ago. That's pretty cool. We are seeing a very good bull reaction here. I guess this is the golden pocket, 50% fib. Okay, nice. It can be a bullish consolidation if we hold here. For me, Av was going to, if you follow my previous insight, the K level for Av is among 375, 386. We are still moving into the green area I shared a few days ago. So that's pretty cool. We are currently seeing a 50% fib retracement. So 15% correction to retest the previous levels. Okay. On the daily, we are still bullish. We are neutral, but it can be a bullish retest. Okay. Oh, okay. Pretty good. You see the weekly? Okay. Very good. Yeah, Av very bullish for me. If you look at this clean retest. So Av, yeah, I'm bullish. Literally, very good chart with a clean breakout on the weekly here. We got the retest of the previous K level, and usually when you have a retest of the Tenkan on the weekly like this, meaning that the next few days could send prices higher. But again, on the short term, we are very neutral. Still red on the daily. So what can I say is that if you have the ball to enter right now, it can be bigger gains if you are confident about this setup. But if you want to trade with safety, technically you should wait for a breakout above 310s because we are not aware to see lower liquidity test, lower liquidity trap But honestly, the chart looks pretty clean. If the 50% fib here is holding, then we are going to see the next pump without, more likely, without doubt. We have also this kind of ascending channel, so prices can also be moving inside these structures, inside this channel. Why not? Weekly looks pretty clean. Once again, it's not because we tested this level that we are going to pump higher right now, but it looks very clean. Price can move sideways for a few days more before going to explode. I just saying that the structure is very clean for another high, but short term can be very tricky because we are still under some resistances. But yeah, if you look also at the H4, it looks pretty clean. We might have, short term looks also very clean. We broke the main downtrend. Even on the short term, for me the lowest point is here. So as long as we hold above this point, bull should be in control. Okay. Lower support can be 260, 258. But technically, if we retest cleanly this top of Kumo on SSA, we are going really to push higher. So for me, there is a very good possible swing setup on AV, with possible demand zone exactly by here inside this structure, above this red support, and technically we can push toward 360, 280, 376 on the next wave upward. It looks pretty clean also. Zooming at the lagging span on the daily, you see we retested exactly the prices, meaning that prices keep supporting the lagging span. So as long as we hold here, bullish can be very strong. And if in case of other daily close above 300.7 $300.7, then price might explode. So very bullish for AV. Again, leverage trading can be very tricky inside this zone. We can consolidate, I don't know, but I'm very bullish for the next. And again, if we break and close below 278, 277, we could see another trap to test the uptrend channel and the level I mentioned exactly at you see the Kijun here. So that's why it's pretty tricky, because we are still on support with bullish setup on the macro time frames, but I'm scared that the Kijun could be tested here because we are still under resistances. So to sum up, it's like Jupiter coin. I'm bullish for the macro time frame for the long term, medium term, but it's very unsure about the short term because we can still grab liquidity a bit lower on lowered support. And if Bitcoin dump as I expect, instead of seeing that, we could see another fake dump before to see another the run I expect. So technically on the short term, I've remained bullish. We can take a pump toward 305, 306, but without clean consolidation above this level, I will remain pretty neutral inside this yellow box. Okay, so that's why it's very important to differentiate structures on each time frames if you want to adjust and adapt your leverage strategy. So on spot or on low leverage, you might not take much risk because Bitcoin is also very bullish. So if you are patient, I guess that we are going to see another pump. So just our goal is to be careful with futures trading. Stick to live, we will soon. Okay. What about Rose USDT? Okay. This is Ichimoku, Yosef, Ichimoku indicators. You can just tap on the trading views, you mark for Ichimoku, Kinkoyo, Nuage, Cloud Ichimoku, and you put, because there is a bug, you can change the parameter here for the lagging span, delay of returnment. You can put 27 because usually it's 26 on the default parameter by Ichimoku, but you have to put 27 because of a bug on TradingView. So it can change your reading, okay? So so for the next hours, be very careful about this possible bearish trap. And if Bitcoin can manage to break above the flag here, that will probably be a green alert for altcoin. Okay, so be very cautious with this retest on Bitcoin currently because we are under resistances. So next Jupiter. Jupiter is the same. I will show you quickly about Jup. Technically, Jup, I remain very bullish. I'm pretty sure that we are going to see a 50% retest of the fib, 50% fib retest before to see a next big leg up. And I saw many setups like this one during the previous run. Similar as you see, we are now neutral, but we completed for me the retest with a 25. Maybe if we are lucky to see a 30% correction to test the lower level exactly here. So currently it's pretty similar as Aave coin. We are technically very neutral on each time frames on the daily. We can have retest the main support for the bulls confirmation, but I'm scared to see another fake dump to test the 0.50, 0.42, so that will be a perfect spot for me to enter in long here. And currently, if you are holding with low leverage, it might be good. But for me, you can see something like this or something like this. So as long as the 0.49 level hold, we might see a very strong bull impulse in the coming days. You have also this kind of trend retest. We have a change in the macro time frame structures also. You see, oh, beautiful. I did not see that. This is very clean. Oh, this is very clean. You see on the weekly? That's why it's pretty tricky. Because I know the price is going to explode if we are patient on spot or true average. But look at this. This is a beautiful example to define the range structure. You see the lagging span here, which is very helpful to delimit the top and the bottom of the structures. We had a beautiful double bottom, which was confirmed by this weekly candle close. So that was a very good bull signal here on the weekly candle close, because it closed exactly at the double bottom. We got this retracement engulfing, which is 40% move. Oh, insane. So currently, for Jupiter, I'm almost pretty sure that we are going to explode within the next few days. We are currently retesting the K previous resistance. So as long as we hold above this level, we are going to see this, and we could confirm a bullish breakout in case of weekly candle close for safety. If you want to trade safely, you can wait for a weekly candle close above 0.56. So if it happens, I'm pretty sure that we are going to see another 40% trend, more likely corresponding to the size of this range. Yeah, this is very accurate. You see, the next scale level is here on the weekly. I just reported the macro structure time frame here, the range and market phase, neutral phase here. I reported this size on the breakout point if it happened, and I got the exact target for Jup for the next pump around 0.8, which is exactly the level I get also on Ichimoku. And you see also, this is pretty clean. I don't know why people are bearish on the alt market, because I see each correction people, no, it's bearish, we are going to dump lower. Yeah, I don't know what to say. But yeah, Jup is consolidating. You have also a kind of bullish cup and handle structure, which is pretty clean. So similar as many altcoins, short term, very tricky. Maybe I prefer to put lower entry around this level. And if we see a daily close above 0.66, weekly close above 0.56, I will spam the buy button. So let's go green frog. Yeah, bullish. Yeah, very clean setup, and you can see the cup and handle pattern. So people which have spot wallet might be in big profit in few days, maybe a few weeks ahead from this time. We could see a very clean 50% or more pump. So Jup, technically 0.8 is the next huge big level, 0.88, but we could see a pump toward 1.1, 1.06. And it makes sense because you see all the liquidity inflow on the market. Solana also started to explode. Jupiter is a DEX on Solana, meaning that the more liquidity you have on the ecosystem, on the Solana ecosystem, on the Jupiter DEX, it means that the more revenues will be generated by the project. So it's logic to see when you have the demand and crypto liquidity increasing, meaning that token price, without of course supply token inflation, regarding the token economics, without this problem, so Jupiter is going to start to recover very, very fast, very quickly. And if you look at the weekly compared to others alt, we are still pretty low. Compared to the previous 88, we are still down 82% from the 88. And I guess that the project is also under development. They got a new futures. So yeah, very good spot for me on Jupiter. But if you look at the macro structure, technically the safest is to wait for the two breakout I mentioned. So once we will clear and consolidate above this trend, we might see a huge buy volume increase, which could lead to a 70% of pump. So yeah, in my opinion, this is a very clean bullish accumulation phase, as long as we hold above 0.48. Okay, so that's my point of view for the next. And again, the short term can be very tricky, so be careful with leverages. So people sometimes are losing on the short term, then they don't have funds to invest on spot or low leverage. But it's especially when you exit the market, when you lose, that you miss the biggest gain. So be careful with that, and please divide your bag if you trade. Again, what's next? Mudeng, okay. IFI, ICP. Yeah, I had ICP as a VIP request. Okay, we got this we got this. Yeah, finally. Oh, that was a clean trend retest trap, but we finally got the target we saw. Short term, you see, it can be very tricky, but medium term, it often touch points I shared. So that's why now we have to be very cautious during that time. What to say about ECP? I will delete all the components. We will draw the chart together. I will try to be quickly. Ooh, ECP looks very good. ICP, clean bullish retest on the daily basis on the 50% fib. What to say? If you look at the daily view, we are, you guess, very neutral on ICP with this beautiful. This is a daily view. Yeah, almost half a year. We are stuck since almost half a year inside this range area. You have the beautiful 50% fib retest here, okay, which is good. Let me check out the weekly. Okay, weekly looks also pretty cool. You see the lagging span. It might be very bullish for ICP if we got a clean retest here, meaning that the next wave could push toward $10. And if Bitcoin is playing as I expect and going to move toward 1,300K, that will be very, very clean. 1,300 for Bitcoin, meaning that, okay, you saw also this wage. Technically, there is no bullish structure on ICP. We are very, very flat. So I don't want to give you false ideas. I put the K level on my lines. But usually when I have this, we are still inside this beautiful range, okay? We got a clean uptrend, 50% fib retest, and technically now we can expect to see pump coming into ICP. But as long as we are inside this neutral zone, we should be very cautious because the macro time frame remains very neutral. So I will give you the levels, macro time frame levels. As you can see, zooming on the lagging span, up to be more accurate. Yeah, so I try to be more accurate with levels. So as long as ECP hold, you see it already grabbed liquidities on the SSB, similar as Jup, but this time on this coin we already grab liquidity here. On the daily view we are very neutral right now, stuck below 5.75 and 5.45, okay, but you have a KK level at 5.33 and 5.25. So technically, if ICP managed to hold above the 50% fib here, it can easily retest the range high and attack the resistance before to see a potential breakout. And at the opposite, if we lose the 50% fib level of the range, that will be very tricky. But for now, I see a very clean bullish consolidation, because you see we are now at the end almost for me of this accumulation phase. You see the lagging span here, we got a breakout, a false breakout and retest because we were under the cloud, okay. Lagging span was also under prices. This time on this pump it was also locked under prices, under the Kumo, okay. Prices here we got a fake breakout retest of the top, So that was not safe because prices have not got out of the Kumo. But if you look at this time, we have a clean retest of the Kijun plus potential clean retest of the SSB. So yeah, the pump potential could be very, very strong on ICP. So technically, if we hold on this range, it can be similar as the coin I charted before. So we could see another big impulse up with the following resistance at 7.3, 7.7 on 8.5, which could be the next K levels. So yeah, I know that the market structure looks very good, but sometimes it can take more time for some altcoin. So technically, as similar as the previous alt, bullish above 5.25, let's say, as long as the daily candle hold above 5.3. We are into the bullish area of this range. Technically, short term is very neutral, okay? More likely we are going to hit 5.8. So we can move sideways many days here, I don't know, for the very short term. And if you want safe play, a daily candle close above 6.25 will be the green light to see further bull impulse, okay? And a daily candle close above 5.25 would be bad. But technically you also have this uptrend possibly, which can keep supporting the prices. Why not to see a kind of cup and handle structures? Can be the case also if you look at this, with a kind of clean retest of the 50% fib. Okay, here we have a beautiful ascending triangle, also beautiful, ascending triangle, ascending wedge, you see. So we are cleanly, I see a clean retest of the previous resistance acting as support right now. So this could be a very good setup for ICP. And of course, it makes more sense to see a bullish setup because Bitcoin and market mood remain very green, very bullish on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin was under resistances, I would have said to you, be cautious because we could easily dump below under the 50% fib and we could grab liquidity lower, again retest the lowest support. But right now, market structure and market psychology also tend to say that altcoin market is going to explode and we are going to see a next leg up, especially because of the Bitcoin dominance crash we saw a few days ago. So yeah, this is my opinion. Okay, no, just okay, everything is okay on the live? Are you still here? So why not to see something like this on ECP? And for the short term, for the true short term, it's very hard. So very neutral here, very neutral inside this blue box. More likely bullish if we can clean the 5.8 toward the upper K levels, and I will flip bearish only in case of daily close below 5.25, this low. Okay, once again, Bitcoin, you see Bitcoin, as I explained, you see what's happening right now. So if I'm right, this is a 50% fib retest on Bitcoin. We are going to follow the macro structure on the H1, H4, meaning that liquidity will be grabbed lower. So as we are very neutral on the short term, I won't be surprised also to see ICP retesting if Bitcoin dump. K level here. So that's why the short term is very neutral, and it can be very disturbing for people because they want to trade with leverage. Beginners, when you see trader who begin the journey, when I share structure like this with a 40% pump potential and more, they are going to open a 10 leverage. Yeah, you can win if you are patient and if you have high margin because of my accuracy, but the short term is very 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 tricky. So you can easily be trapped with a 5% dump, 4% dump, and the day after you could be at plus 100% with your 10 leverage. So that's why you should understand that you should not FOMO into long position with big leverages, okay? You have also this trend. So that's my view on ICP. And as long as we all on the daily above this level, it should play well, okay? You see also the reaction. And of course you have the lowest case support at 5.00, but we are still pretty far and consolidate nicely with the uptrend. So for now, I don't think we are going to touch it, except if Bitcoin start to nuke toward 110k. But as long as we are inside this pattern, setup should play very well, okay? And one thing also that can be very bad for Bitcoin in case of very bad scenario, if we are going to see this pattern without bull reaction on the trend, we could see a breakout at the opposite. So it could be a fake kind of flag and a bearish accumulation also, which is not impossible because I showed you the weekly view. The 110k could also be tested. You see we are going to dump here. That was a very good short point. Yeah, it could have been a very good short for Bitcoin. So currently I'm bullish inside these structures, okay? But if it's a sideway accumulation without bull reaction on the trend or on the support I gave, 70% chance of pumping with the bull structures and 30% chance of dumping. But if the bullish structure break out at the opposite, in that case you will have more sell pressure that you could have in a bull side. So yeah, that's why if you want to play very safe, you have to wait for Ichimoku confirmation above K level with the lagging span. But for now, yeah, I remain bullish on what I said. But the short term, you should be very cautious for the short term on altcoin, because we will mainly 80% sure that we are going to see a bull trap, okay? Except for ENA and ENA and Syrup I shared because the volume and uptrend is still very very strong, okay? Okay, you see ENA double top here. That's why you should not FOMO. You see 5% of them. Imagine people FOMO here with high leverage. That will be very tricky. So ENA, yeah, I will keep my lower entries. Golden pocket here 0.53, 50% fib 0.51. So this scenario will be pretty clean for ENA, and we will have probably a chance to enter on lower level. Always, guys, don't FOMO. Please just wait for resistance on support to play. That's very important. And if ENA dump below 0.48, that will be my exit point, because usually when you have a big impulse and dump below the golden pocket, it's very tricky to stay in. But I don't care about ENA right now because I have a green light on almost each time frames, you see. So I know that if Bitcoin dump, ENA will probably dump on the short term, but on each Bitcoin pump, liquidity will inflow into such asset, very bullish with volume, okay? So what do you think? A good entry? Rose USDT, okay, I can check Rose. You see what I said? at the live stream beginning. 50% fib, it's very clean. You see, almost 50% fib retracement. Now we are going to smash to hit 114 and more likely 113. Okay. Yeah. So let's see how it play, and I will move to Rose USDT. So sometimes it's very hard because even if I do the job 100% free, also yeah, my group will remain fully free for everyone. But I know sometimes my chart analysis, despite accurate view, you can lose because of FOMO. So adapt your leverage regarding the market zone. Usually when the market is neutral, I do not more than 10x, 5x, and I reduce the target. This is very important because how to trade, you see, it's full pump and dump. It's not like to see bullish wave 1, retracement, bullish wave, second bullish wave. So when it's neutral, please just reduce targets, reduce your bag, and apply strong risk management. And when you have a macro time frame structure with clean signal, then my strategy, you can increase the margin, reduce the leverage, and more likely do spot. You just have to be patient. Few weeks, I don't care. If you have the structure and confirmation, the market is going to ride, and you don't have to stress to trade each move, each level. You don't have to stress to be liquidated. And if you see, yeah, it's working pretty well for me. I gave you a lot of setup, plenty of setup with very high accuracy. So just focus on level I gave you and avoid being trapped and stressed on your position, okay? And again, this is not a financial advice. OM entry, I will check OM, but first I will move to Rose. Rose, okay. Whoa, that's insane. We got this on Rose. We got this pump I shared a few weeks ago. 73%. I already updated. I shared the views. So, oh, okay. I didn't share this one. That was pretty cool. We got insane. I didn't. Last update on Rose was this one. That was pretty clean. You see, we got 28. Almost 40% of pump, yeah, but the retracement is still sharp. Let me show you on Rose USDT, because it was on it was on July 17th. No, this is crazy. Yeah, I shared this on July 9. You see, we were here on July 9th. So in my group, we coached the breakout of these structures. And see, I shared the target at 0.27. So yeah, few days after we got this break, the target has been very cleanly, very easily broke. And see the accuracy, even if the target point is break very easily, you see how the K level I shared acted as, you see this resistance has been very cleanly breakout with high volume, but we got a retest of this level, meaning that it was a K level on the market. So sometimes support can turn into resistance, and at the opposite, resistance can turn into support. And here we retested the previous resistance I shared with a kind of flag, yeah, and we got another. You see the accuracy, this is crazy, yeah, another 25% move, yeah, 25% move. So that was a very good play if you follow my my structures on my chart. Currently rose, yeah, what to say, except that we are consolidating on the weekly basis. Yeah, you see, we are very neutral at the moment. It can be a bullish retest, but we need more confirmation. So pretty similar as many other altcoins. The biggest move yet has not yet started. I think that the biggest move on Rose will start once we will clean and push above 0.04. So at the moment, liquidities and market structure is stuck inside this area. We are mainly more likely for me at a double bottom here, which can be the long-term bottom, okay, on those levels. Compared to others alt, it remains fully neutral from what I see. There is no signal right now, no bullish signal. Technically, same as the previous chart I give you. It can be a bull retest, but I don't like to trade inside this zone. Usually when I open Ichimoku, the first thing I check is, are we bullish on the daily, are we neutral on the daily, or are we bullish? Here we are clearly fully neutral inside this large cloud zone, and the lagging span is stuck inside this area. So meaning that at any moment you can see a pump, at any moment you can see a dump. And when market is like this inside the cloud, most of time it tends to follow the Bitcoin price. So I want to say that we are going to see many tests of this 0.25 levels. So technically, as long as we hold above 0.025, bulls might push price higher. But I will be very cautious because we are pretty neutral without market direction right now. Up. No. Can see the previous high. So for Rose, sometime I can't tell you. It's very tricky. Short term, yeah, we can. On the short term, it looks like we are going to retest the 50% fib of the previous dump, you see. So if Bitcoin tend to hold on the short term also, it can be a bullish consolidation on the really short term. So if we, yeah, short term looks not bad because we printed an higher low here, lower low, lower high, or higher low, yes. And now we can have a short-term bullish setup to test the 50% fib here. But yeah, 8% of pump, not bad. Yeah, short term looks not bad. We can see a pump, okay, because we are consolidating with a clean double bottom with a lower high and lower low formed. We have a bullish retest exactly of the Kijun, so I share this level on Bitcoin also. Usually, from my experience, yeah, after this break, we have to grab liquidity on around the 50% fib. So short term, we can see a 5% pump, maybe 6% of pump. But after that, I'm very unsure about the next move because we are very neutral. So yeah, I can say bullish on the short term. Looks like a bullish structure. But very unsure for the long term. I would say double bottom, so that will be pretty good. So if we consolidate on the double bottom, we could, as most of altcoins, see another big impulse. But currently we have to exit level, we have to get out of level I shared Okay. And if we zoom on the weekly, I don't see any structures. We are still stuck below, yeah, under on the weekly. So yeah, if we just zoom on the weekly, it may be a very because Oasis Network is a very good project for the long term. I think that this could be a very good accumulation zone under the K resistance. So safety for bulls, for long-term investment, if you don't want to take any risk for the long term, I recommend you to check at the weekly candle close, and if you can set alert, of course, if you have a weekly candle close above 0.040, then it will be the green light for a huge bull impulse, more likely, yeah, to test this level. So currently we are trapped, we are into accumulation phase under resistances. Of course, we can go lower, but I don't think so, because the altcoin season for me is more likely in very soon, and Bitcoin looks pretty bullish also. Yeah, so weekly candle close above 0.040 will be the green light for a very good bull move on Oasis Network. But for now, very hard to say. Just let me check something, because okay. Technically, this is very hard to say right now, but technically, if we look at the structures, I think that rose is hit at the bottom here, because if you just look at the last previous top here, if you look at the retracement from this low to this bottom, we got also an exact retest of the 0.786 fib, and usually it's usually mean that we are at a low, we clean liquidity after bullish impulse, and then we are going to move higher. So this is not impossible to see rose start to explode once it got an exit, once it will exit the cloud here. But short term, yeah, very tricky. I'm bullish for the long term, of course, above this double bottom support. So this is not far from the current price, because the risk reward is very epic. So you can have 20% stop loss for 200% of gain. So if you are patient, yeah, that can be a very good move to be taken for a spot position, because smart people aren't waiting for breakout, they are accumulating with confidence, while no one is interesting to build. So whales might be accumulating. And also, is there a kind of reversal structure? No, it can be like this. So monitor the trend I gave you also, and level I shared for rose. But short term is very tricky, guys, so be aware of it. CFX Gala, I'm fine, earlier than you. Thank you for asking. Yeah. Yeah, anyone. Very good project. And I will show you about Syrup here to end the stream, maybe. I don't know if I already showed you about Syrup. I don't remember if I talked to you about Syrup in the live. If no, please comment, because I don't know what I don't remember what I did on chart on the last stream. Okay, I see that Syrup touched our entry. Yeah, so Syrup USDT. I think that we could explode, because I have a very good chart ready to fly without much more resistances. You see, on Syrup, because it got a Binance listing. Okay. So for me, as a ENA, a very interesting coin which can explode during the next few days is Syrup. I don't know about the project, but I think that the chart looks very good for another 40-50% run more likely, because I will show you. Always monitor the uptrend. You see on the daily structures, up, we got a very strong impulse from the low. We are about to confirm a daily bullish candle. So if the daily candle close above 0.53, that will be very good for the next. So that's why currently I recommended you to not FOMO around this level. You see the large two tails here with strong rejection, so there might be a lot of liquidation at this level. So I set out an entry for Syrup around 0.57 and around 0.55 if we are lucky to see such a dump. But for me, yeah, Syrup, you see the big bulls impulse. We got this kind of falling wedge structure. No flag or wedge structure like this one. We got a clean breakout of these structures, kind of flag on higher time frames. So if we can successfully retest the previous case support, I think that Syrup is going to fly more likely tomorrow or on the next daily close. Safety first, daily candle close above 0.63 could be recommended for safety, but I think that this big level will be exploded by the bulls. You see also the buy volume, crazy. You see there might be something interesting on Syrup, big news or something like that, because we have a bullish structure, big green dildo, high volume, bullish structure, yes, and potential daily breakout incoming. It's pretty clean also on the H4. We have the bullish breakout, retest of the previous 50% fib. So if we consolidate here, I think that Syrup, might be very good. So with a 50% pump potential, I often recommend you to do spot and not FOMO with leverages, or except with low leverages if you want to trade it. But this is a very good coin to watch on for the next few days with a very high potential. And validation point could be for me, below 0.47. You see, because of the open drive on the H4, I often check at the strength of candle, and from the start to the high, if we don't move into the lower than this level, also corresponding to an Ichimoku level, I guess, pretty very clean, because we retested the SSB here. So as long as we are above 0.47, I think that Syrup is going to pump 50% and more likely toward 0.80. So very good coin to watch on for the next few days for a spot call. Again, this is not a financial advice, just sharing my ideas. So apply your risk management and be careful with leverages, okay? But this is typically a kind of coin which can move very strongly despite Bitcoin short-term fluctuation, because of volume and very good setup on all time frames, okay? So very interesting coin that I would like to share. So Syrup, ENA and Floki might explode during the coming weeks before others alt, I think, because of the market structures. So let's see. For now, let's keep this view in mind. Okay, and Bitcoin. You see, even if Bitcoin dump toward this level, I think that Syrup can slightly consolidate here and explode just after. So yeah, very good level to watch, very good coin to watch on. What to say next? Yeah, it's like ENA, yeah, because you have a very good breakout, you have very good volume coming in, very clean consolidation, and for Syrup you don't have any other key resistances despite this one, but I guess that if the volume is very strong like this, yeah, you see, we are going to explode the previous ATH. So meaning that at candle close above this level, you will see probably a big FOMO from everyone into the coin. Okay, so Syrup, very good for me to take. What else? I will do one more chart to finish the stream. Allez, let's go for Gala USDT, okay, because I want to see about Gala USDT. So I will be quick. Same as Have, very neutral inside the cloud for now. Short term, I will avoid to trade it. Double bottom structure, triple bottom structure on the weekly. Okay, not bad. We have a case support forming here. Double bottom on the daily, which is not bad. This is a bullish structure usually. Up. Okay. So we are still very neutral on Gala. This is a pretty similar pattern, you see, here and here. I'm trying to find. So for Gala, you see why it's very tricky here compared to the last chart I showed you. We haven't retested the Kijun and the case support here, and we are still very neutral. So if Bitcoin turn red and we see a daily close below 0.02017, then Gala could easily move towards 0.015. You don't have enough buy volume, buy pressure right now in Gala. You see, buyers are pretty weak. We are neutral. So it tends me to say that if Bitcoin dumps, Gala could easily follow Bitcoin. So compared to Syrup, without buy pressure now, it's very tricky. Compared to Syrup, Gala can easily dump way more compared to Syrup, which can keep consolidate above support and moon. So this is not the same play. Up. It's very tricky. I won't trade it on the short term. We are very neutral and still stuck under many K levels. So for me, there is nothing to say for Gala. As others alt, you have to be patient and wait for, I think, weekly candle close above this open drive here, above 0.0225 to give you a green light. But currently I'm very unsure. I see the uptrend is holding right now. If you look at you see the clean uptrend. It's very difficult to say. So currently, you have a very strong support right now here. 50% fib consolidation, but we are still stuck under many resistances. So in my opinion, I'm bullish, on altcoin, as I explained. So two scenarios could be possible in my opinion. If the trend is holding, we are going to test the K resistance I gave you and possibly pump higher. But if Bitcoin keep being tricky, we could see another trap and test of this lower golden pocket. So as long as the uptrend is holding, bulls might be in control. But if we lose this uptrend, we could see 8 or 10% correction more towards 0.15. So more likely for me, the best things to do is to wait to exit level I gave you, and to wait to snipe for me lower entry, because as I explained, Bitcoin might dump next, and Gala could easily dump and test the Kijun, which is here. I don't want to FOMO. I saw many setup like this one, and in most of cases we are going to see trap and retest of the Kijun by the lagging span. And if there is big pressure coming in at this stage, then bulls will be pretty strong, and they could easily push the price 10% higher. Okay, so short term very risky for me. What you can monitor, of course, is this kind of downtrend. Yeah, also, so possible scenario will be, yeah, for me, liquidity trap, liquidity grab on this level. So this uptrend is still valid. We are still in a bear trade at the moment. No, this is Gala USDT. So I think, yeah, lower zone could be tested, and on the short term we have to technically to break above the 50% fib here if you want to see a safer bull impulse. So yeah, this is very tricky. I have no ideas, and when it's like this, I prefer to trade a coin like Syrup, like NR, because they are moving with volume and it's much more easy. Market can move sideways for many hours, many days, and of finality at the final move you could see a dump. So very tricky. Yeah, I think Altseason is going to BC, but it can take few more weeks. Remember last year I called for the Altseason coming into the end of this year, maybe end of Q3 or Q4 for the Altseason, because of my alt convergence. Many alts could break out in few weeks, few months from here, because of the macro structures. I often give you, often share you my strat on the macro, and structure suggests that we could see an Altseason alt breakout within 3-4 months from now, more likely at the end of this year, maybe a bit later, a bit earlier, sorry. Yeah, so I already summarized Bitcoin. Dolphin, you are late. You could review my alt. Yeah, let me share you the stream page on YouTube. Yeah, you can review my stream here. I charted Bitcoin, but for me Bitcoin is gonna dump to 114k, 113, because you see, and this is what's happening right now. 50% fib retest here, and we are going to print a new low. Look at the strength of the bears here. You see? So that's why be cautious with long, because we are going to see many fake pumps, and I think that many people will be trapped and FOMO into altcoin. So yeah, please stay cautious. This is not a financial advice, and see you soon. And I like to work with you, to share you my setup. And please don't hesitate also, if you have some question, to tell me, to ask me in my groups. And also I like to learn from you, because everyone can have different strategy which can work or not, but we have to learn and adapt it to improve the quality of the content and the accuracy. So if you have some setup, some trading skills, please tell me, and I love to compare and to tell you if you have wrong or not for me. This is very important. And you can review the stream, of course, and see you in few days, in few weeks, to see if what I share today is good. And most of time, more than 80% of time, I'm right. So don't sleep on my chart, and please be aware of it, of the short-term market, which can turn red. So to end the stream, I will put the red frog because, sorry to say, people don't like it, but Bitcoin is going to dump on the short term. We are bearish. And thank you for the stream, for following, and see you soon. Once again, my VIP group is very clean, very professional. Setups are fully free. Okay, this is not a financial advice. I just share my ideas with a lot of accuracy. I share market structure, market data, long-term pick for old, my long-term bag also, and yeah, my ID and my knowledge since many years now that I am on the market. So you can join on my bio for free, my group, if you want to join us. We have 100 plus members. Each one of them is happy. Any of them are happy because, of course, it's free and the results are good. And thank you for following, and see you later, guys. Bye bye. Thank you. See you. Hop.